Hello. So today's reading is, you can see by the title, obviously, we're going to be looking into what is the purpose of your divine counterpart connection. This includes twin flames, soulmates, divine counterparts. You know, you don't have to per se attach yourself to a label, but it does have to be a connection with someone that you know it's meant for your expansion of yourself, your soul, spiritually, and like in the physical plane as well, but like at a soul level. um, this reading is not going to be per se about me telling you what kind of connection you're in. You should kind of come into this reading knowing already that you fit into certain categories, or you know, maybe you don't have a category but you feel there's a significant soul connection that you have with someone and you're inquiring about why or what is the purpose of it, right? And this reading is going to be very spiritually based. It's going to be, I feel it. It actually came about thanks to one of the people that watch my videos. She commented and she was asking if, or she kind of suggested that if I could ever do a reading regarding the purpose of her twin flame connection. And I actually thanked her for the idea. Hold on, I have her username. I'm so sorry if I'm saying this wrong. Is Canin, so it's KANIN 29546. Anyways, all right. So yeah, thank you so much for that suggestion. It kind of like, you know, when you get like something, someone said something to you and it's like a ding moment in your brain. It was kind of like that for me. When I read her suggestion, I was like, yeah, that is a very interesting video. I wrote it down on my ideas journal, and then all of a sudden it's like everything just kind of started to be about these collectives for some reason. I didn't arrive at this conclusion until like yesterday when I was finally planning this. But I realize now in retrospect that since the moment that I decided I was going to do this reading, I've been getting signs and synchronicities. Things have been around divine counterpart connections. So that is really interesting. So this is why I was saying that this reading feels very significant. So it feels very spiritual. It feels very connected, very guided, very much fate-like. There's just a lot going on. All right, so we are going to be looking into your energy, your person's energy, and your energy. That's the first thing. That's the first little bit of the reading, because I want you to make sure that you're in the right pile. And then on top of that, after we kind of check on the energies, then we're going to get into the nitty gritty, which is what is the purpose of this connection, okay? So we have three piles. Pile 1 has the Modern Witch Tarot. Pile 2 has the Cat Tarot. And Pile 3 has the original tarot. Pile 1, you have Labradorite. I never know if it's shifting or not for you guys, because I can't see it on my screen. But okay, Labradorite. And oh, and I was called to show you the Hermit card. So this is the Hermit card. And these are just major arcanas. This is why it looks so small. I'm all over the place. Okay, all right, let's focus. So yes, Pile 1, Modern Witch Tarot, and this is your Hermit card. Pile 2, you have Amethyst, Cat Tarot, and this is the Hermit card. The eye there is, I don't know why, calling me for some reason. It's very interesting. And then the last one, you guys just have a little skull that my brother gave me. And this is the Hermit card, the original depiction of the Hermit card. The fact that the Hermit was the card that wanted to be out here shown to you guys, it's another extra confirmation for me, just because these connections usually tend to be about soul growth, like individual. And yes, it's almost like this person would trigger you guys into this, or you would trigger them. It's mutual, but it is about self-discovery, finding out who you are, what you like, what you don't like, your boundaries, your spiritual awareness, your inner knowing, going on this solo mission to find yourself. It's how you truly come into union with a divine counterpart. So I know you hear that all the time. So yeah, that makes sense that the hermit is out here. I'm going to start with pile 1, and I'll see you in your readings. Hello, pile 1. If you picked Labradorite and the Modern Witch Tarot, oh, I'm sorry. This is going to be your reading. So this is your Hermit card. And let's look into you and your person's energy, just so that you can kind of see if this is really for you, this pile. I want to make sure, okay? I want you to be sure of your choices here. Although, don't second guess it either. Oh my God, I don't know. It's like I'm backtracking everything I say. This energy is really interesting. I feel that this reading is going to be amazing, though. These readings are going to be pretty cool. All right, let's get into it. So I'm going to pull 2 cards for your person and 2 cards for you, okay? Just so that we can get a feel for this. Oh, all right, the World. And the Star. Okay. It had to be the 2 naked ladies. Let me cover this up. Okay. The World and the Star for your person. Interesting. The Lovers on your side here. Okay. And Justice. Look at that. And this is on your side. Bottom of the deck. The Emperor. All right. Okay. I feel like this has to be in the middle for some reason. When I was working out the readings yesterday, that's just what felt right. Pile 1, you could definitely be dealing with an Aquarius here. Air placements are significant also on your side because the Lovers is Gemini. So we have Gemini, Libra, Aries, Aquarius here. And then obviously in the World, we have all the fixed signs, which is Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. Really interesting. Your person seems to be someone who really does try to keep the balance in things. And that makes so much sense because here you are too with Justice. You guys are still alike. You guys are very alike in that sense. There's almost like there's something about your person that makes them obviously they're unique, right? But there's like there's a specific thing that this person you feel like is very unique to them, that you haven't really found in anybody else. And it's not because other people are not special or other people are not amazing or anything like that. There's just something. But you know what? The fact that I can't pinpoint it, it could be your energy that I'm picking up on it. Like you cannot pinpoint what it is about this person, but they keep coming back around. I'm seeing like cycles over and over and over again. And if it's not cycles in the physical sense of like you guys find each other and then you fall apart and then you find, if it's not like that, it could be for some of you. It definitely is about like in your mind. It's almost like I'm hearing they live rent free in your mind. There's a lot that circles around your thoughts in regards to this person, and you might be trying to understand it. And that could be very mirrored as well, because then you're over here with the Lovers kind of very sure of the fact that this is your divine counterpart. However, you also kind of go back and forth with this Libra energy, with this justice energy. You could be kind of like trying to rationalize things, and sometimes the heart is really trying to tell you to not rationalize anything. There's no rhyme or reason to this. Go with your feelings. How do you feel about this person is what I'm getting from you. The Emperor being in the middle is really interesting because actually I have pre-shuffle stuff for this as well. So I'm going to bring those out because I feel like it's going to give me a little bit more information here. Wow, Tree of Life. Integration, life lessons, emanation. Very interesting. 32 could be a very significant number for your person. It could be an age or something like that. Look at that. Oh my God, you guys are amazing. Golden ratio, beauty, nature, and patterns. 31 and 32 consecutive numbers. Oof. You could be younger than them by 1 year only, but or maybe younger in general, but 1 year is significant for sure. Also, the fact that there's a spiral here, a lot of healing for you. There's also I'm even seeing like a spiral here too. There's healing that this person, okay. The fact that they have the Tree of Life and you have the golden ratio, which are like extremely, extremely like amazing. Like if you're dive into the esoteric, if you like the magic of things all around you, it's kind of like you feel it, but you guys are also very logical, but you can't help but see the magic in the world. And this person helps you do that, and you help them do that as well. Wow. That is really, really cool. That is really cool. Very ancient kind of souls here. Very knowledgeable. Why is the Emperor in the middle? That keeps eluding me. I'm not sure why that is. Interesting. So your person's coming up as the lion and you're coming up as the beaver. Your person's this, and honestly, if this is backwards, please make that switch. But you know, that was my intention, is your person here and you're here. But for some reason, I feel like saying that because that could be for some of you. But your person's a character. They really are. They're regal. They're a very ancient soul. Kind of like I'm seeing like past. They were kings, pharaohs, queens. I don't know. There's just a lot. Emperors, quite literally. You're a little bit more down to earth. It doesn't mean that you have. I think you both have been around for the same amount of time, quite frankly. But I think you in your life and your path up to now have been very grounded and very much into the nature kind of things, into the, maybe you dive into the knowing of things. Yeah, well, nature's here too. That makes sense. So beauty, nature, patterns. That's you. That's how you see the world. And this person has a little bit more of a extroverted kind of feel to them. Even though there's so many air signs here. Actually, all of the air signs are here. Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. I just got that. So the air signs kind of let me know there's a lot of like knowledge. You guys like knowledge. You absorb it. It's part of who you are. You see the world through it. You have a lot of wisdom that you've carried on from other past lifetimes. This is all intended to kind of be confirmation for you guys. You know, if you feel like I'm talking about you, if you feel like I'm talking about your person, that, like I said, this is meant to be your reading. That's kind of why I'm doing this, okay? All right, so the Emperor being in the middle, I'm still not getting it. Look at that, the wheel. More of the signs here, and the Chariot behind it. Interesting. I think this energy is what it's doing in the middle is, and this is Spirit in the middle. Spirit's saying there's interesting. There's enough going around. There's enough analyzing. There's enough thinking. There's something about action, taking action, going for what you want. stepping into this Emperor energy. Both of you could be balancing your divine masculine energy at this time, actually. And in doing so, it kind of like brings you together, because there's meant to be some kind of movement here, some kind of change, and you could be feeling it too, that there's like a precipitation of something happening or something about to happen. All right, let's get into your, that sounds, again, if that sounds like you and your person, this is definitely your reading. You're in the right place. If it doesn't and you still want to stick around, that's okay too. You do your thing. All right. Let's get into your reading, shall we? These are going to be advice. I'm going to leave them for last, like always. Let's start with the soul lessons, okay? That you both are meant to be gaining from this connection. Wow, success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. The fact that you guys are changing the meaning of success in this lifetime, and you're seeing success as loving, as just the path of all, like just unconditional love is really what you think, what you deem as success in this lifetime. That would resonate very deeply with you. Very, very deeply. I'm picking up on this collective. You probably have a lot of your lessons, soul lessons that have been like hurtful down to the core of who you are, have been come through love. And actually you've been successful at acquiring those lessons because they came through the people that you fell in love with. And it has to be romantically, but not always. But it feels very romantic for you. Wow, and fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love, you guys. Yeah, exactly. It's almost like love for you is a double-edged sword. It's a catch-22. And this is for your person as well, but this is very much for you right now, okay? Because what I wanted to answer is, what is the purpose for you, right, of this connection? It's a double-edged sword. It's almost like where I don't know if you, what's the quote? It's something about success is outside of like your bubble, right? Like fear is an indicator of what you should be pursuing so that you could triumph. There's something like, it's a double-edged sword for you. Love has always been a double-edged sword. I'm actually seeing the Three of Swords in my mind right now. Very harsh lessons through romantic relationships here and attachments, and it's still again and again and again, you've been successful. You stayed in the energy of love. You stayed being open and unconditional and loving. And you might, I don't know, you might think of yourself as foolish or like people sometimes walk over you. Maybe you're meant to have a little bit of, you're learning or you've learned to set up boundaries when it comes to love, but it's still, don't deny your nature of just being a loving being, right? That's also part of the lesson here for you. A personal issue reaches their solution. Full moon in Cancer. The emotional body for you is very significant. You might be very, very attached to the moon. Moon phases could be significant for you. New moons are significant. Full moons are especially significant for you. You might be a Cancer. You might have a Cancer moon. Personal issue. Could we be talking here about the whole being as having like a successful kind of you being successful or acquiring these soul lessons and actually implementing them? Because sometimes, oh, that could be you too as well. So sometimes you could know the lesson, you could have learned it, but it takes you a while to implement it. But it gets to a point where you're just like, you've had it, and then you set your boundaries, and boom, that's where kind of like the success comes in, okay? You could be, there's something about you trying to keep the peace, trying to make sure that everybody's happy, being like a caregiver as well, because Cancer gives me like mother vibes. And that could be you, but sometimes the divine is telling you here that Make sure that you apply the lessons you've learned. That's very significant for some of you. Never-ending story. You being on an hourglass, there's a mirror there. You might feel like this relationship with this person is quite literally a never-ending story. It's something that goes, like I said, in cycles. It goes around and around in your mind. It goes around and around in the physical. It goes around and around in the spiritual sense as well. Things are changing, I'm hearing. There's a moment where, right, the hourglass finishes and it's a moment to flip it around. There's like a 180 happening here. With 37, 3 and 7 add up to 10. There's an ending, and because there's an ending, there's a new beginning, because you can't have one without the other, right? So look at that. TikTok. Every time I get this card, I always think of, quite literally, TikTok, the app, right? So you could be getting a lot of readings that have to do with this connection, maybe in your timeline, in your FYP. If you're not on TikTok, that's okay too. This could also be speaking again. There's something about time being so significant here, with the clock and another clock. I'm also getting, this is so like out of the blue, okay? So only take it if it resonates. If you guys have been diving into past lives, especially past lives when it comes to you guys being in this connection or actually coming into union, there's something about in the whenever it was that we used the sand clocks, right? The hourglass clocks to tell time. You guys were it was a very prominent lifetime for you. And then when we used to use as a human species, these kind of clocks, like the ones that I'm just seeing, I don't know what era that is, right? I'm just seeing someone like literally putting one of these clocks in their pocket with the little chain. But in the actual time that these were in style, okay, it was not, and also with the balloon here, right? That's hot air balloon travel and stuff like that. It makes sense. It's so in like the same time, also a very significant. And you would, this is not me telling you had past lifetimes in those times. This should be confirmation for you, because that came through so clearly for some of you in this collective. All right, let's get into the tarot for you guys. Let's see what else is coming up here. I want to ask about the fact that love is a double-edged sword for you. I don't know. I just keep thinking about that. Every time I look at these two, I'm like, okay. You could have a lot of fear around love because of all the times you've been kind of screwed over by love. But again, it's in your nature to be loving, and just, you can't help it, especially when it comes to this person, you can't help but love them, even though you might, not you might, even though you've been hurt by them, or you've been hurt by this connection. Look at that. The unsureness, the unsureness of it all. Do I not? The Seven of Cups, Cups being, again, the emotional body. There's a bit of uncertainty. You think that all the choices in front of you, they're going to come back to bite you in the ass like they have in the past. Maybe you have a past of pretty much every relationship has never kind of worked out, and you're like, why would this be any different? I think it will be. It's just after a lot of soul growth that this kind of relationship makes you embark on, and it makes sense. This relationship also has helped you to walk away from the things that are no longer serving you. Walk into calmer waters. Leave situations that have left you like this. Leave situations that have not been fruitful for you. It has given you kind of like the strength, because you're thinking like, if I don't stick around for bad behavior or like unwanted things or unpleasantries or unloving situations with the person that I truly feel like I'm their person and they're my person, why would I stick around for anybody else? this is really interesting that this you're seeing it that way. Right? If you don't tolerate all the bullshit that comes with, you know, toxic relationships or partnerships or whatever from your person that you know is your person, why would you stick around for anybody else's BS? Interesting. Yeah, that's kind of like an awakening you've had, like an epiphany. Ace of Swords. I like that. More air energy. I like your air energy. I like your logical mind. But sometimes it's time to, when you get too logical, it's almost like you go to extremes. Sometimes you get too logical with this connection, and then it almost like, it has this effect of like, I'm seeing like a seesaw, right? When you go all the way to the logical, the normal thing to happen next is, right, for then the emotional to come up for you. So there has to be some of like a happy medium for you, happy equilibrium for you here. Yeah, look at that. The Six of Pentacles, a happy, yeah, equal give and take within yourself as well. And just in general, I think this connection is definitely teaching you that everything should be reciprocated. Like the way that you love, you deserve to be reciprocated in the same way. The way that you care for others, same thing. Like everything should be very, it's not about transactional, you know, because love is not like that, but it is about reciprocity. It is about making sure that who you are in a connection with really does value you. And it's not necessarily like, let's say you cook for them, so that means that next time they have to cook for you. It's more of like, if you like to cook and that's how you show love, then it will be reciprocated maybe in their own way, right? That's what I mean. I don't mean like tit for tat. It's more of, you feel like this. It doesn't, what matters is how you feel and how the connection is. And it should be, everything should be reciprocated. That's another thing that you're learning here. Another 6. Okay. 666 could be very significant. It is not the devil's number, by the way. I just, all right. So with the 6 of Wands, the thing is, when there is balance here, there's a lot of prosperity here as well. There is a lot of success, a lot of it. And it's tangible. You can have it, is what I'm hearing. But there's something about balancing that is very significant for you. I want to ask about TikTok, about the time. Why is time so like important, interesting? Okay. Okay, so the time is now for enlightenment for both of you, I think. I think, though, I know. My nose is super itchy. That's usually confirmation for me. The time is now for it's almost like a final enlightenment is what I'm hearing. Like there's a final aha moment that you're going through here in this connection. And that's going to be a turning point for both of you. It's almost like it's going to shatter the certain illusions for you. It's going to shatter the path, a certain path that was not working for both of you. Because both of you could be coming into this enlightenment at the same time. Interesting. If you work with any deities, Odin is definitely here in your reading. The fact that the runes are here too. If you don't, that's okay. Thor is also here, just like in the runes. Interesting. And that's like a side message for some of you if you do any kind of like deity work. All right. Let me ask about this. What's the cycle that's ending? What cycle is ending here? That makes sense. The fact that it adds up to 10 and this is the 10 of Cups. The cycle that's ending is the one that is this connection or just connections in general. in all aspects of your life, quite frankly, because this is not just about your person anymore. Because like I said, they're you being connected to them and them being connected to you is not just about each other. It's not just about you individually, but it is all encompassing of your life. Okay, anything kind of relationship that you have, it's meant to be very harmonious and it's meant to be very fulfilling for you or whoever else is on the other side of it. And this is specifically with this person, but also with everybody else in your life. The ending that you're having here is the struggle in relationships. Maybe you guys struggle with just this, being very harmonious in union with people. And this connection is helping you work through that. Anything that you put your passion into, your loving self, your loving energy into, is meant to be successful. It's also like it's meant to be celebrated, and not just by other people, by the way. This is more about you. You're meant to really see that your magic lies in the way that you love people, you show up for others, you show them that you love them. There's a lot of magic that you carry there. And sometimes I think you sell yourself short a bit. Or you have in the past, but you're not doing that anymore. Yeah. The cycle that's ending is this. There's no more of this coming up, okay? Not to say that that you're never going to be hurt ever again. That's not what I'm saying. It's impossible to guarantee that. It's even impossible to guarantee that just because you will be in union with this person, everything's happy-go-lucky. That's usually when the work actually starts, like, because there's a lot of things that you have to get through, and the triggers and the things that you have to work through, because up to this point, maybe you haven't had the best people to show you what unconditional love is, what clear communication, what loving communication is. So that's not something that you just one day pick up. It takes practice. It takes, proactive, what is it? Action towards it. It takes you analyzing, okay, why did this hurt me? What do I need to communicate with my partner or my friend or my mother or my father or whoever it is here? Again, it's all encompassing, all relationships. What do I need to communicate? How do I communicate it? Speak up for yourself. Speak up about your needs. And the Knight of Cups. It's also meant to show you this connection, that there's a lot of love to be had. There's a lot of love coming your way, and there's always love around you, especially because like you very much embody that. Pawan, I can't help but keep saying that literally one of your superpowers is just how naturally love flows from you. But sometimes those people are the ones who have the hardest times accepting it from others. And this connection is meant to help you with that as well. It's also meant to make you realize that loving was never the wrong thing to do. Even if it ended up not working out with whoever it was, it doesn't mean that it was wrong. That's also something significant for you guys. Yeah. You're never the fool. It's not the fool in the sense that you think. You are not a fool for loving and falling into life and just loving what you love or who you love. That's, excuse me, that's not foolish. It is, like I said, it's like a superpower of yours. The fact that you're so resilient and so, again, dedicated to your growth, who you are, and you are accepting the fact that you are a lover and you're just someone who will forever be that, but you're learning to do it in a better way, in a way that is meant for you, where it's very harmonious with other people. but you don't shy away from it, and that's beautiful. The fact that you know, you might get knocked down, but you get up again. That's what I mean. Like in relationships, you just do that over and over and over again. This person's coming in to show you just how good it can be, and that's really beautiful. So the ending and a new beginning, you might have ended a big cycle, a big, you know, the fool's journey in the major arcana, and now you're starting a new one. And the new one that you're starting is a more harmonious one. Maybe you're starting a new one with this person. I keep bringing up union. It keeps coming up in my head. I feel like these are your boundaries. It's not necessarily you putting up walls and like making people jump through hoops to get to you. This is more of your boundaries. They're set. They're where they're meant to be. That's it. That's all. You don't need to be this wounded warrior anymore. You've done the work enough to know who you should be pouring into, who you should not. The way that you should be treating people. You're fair. It's like you're not giving too much or too little. You're doing your thing. Don't worry anymore. You've learned a lot of lessons and you are applying them. As long as you're doing that, there's nothing to worry about here. The worry. Yeah, you have nothing to worry about for once. This is why I keep... Okay, I'm going to leave it with this one, but as far as the tarot goes. But this is why I keep seeing union. There's something about you guys coming together, and it's like, it's almost like the final thing that is needed for this new beginning to start. It shatters lifetimes of like blockages here for both of you. There's enlightenment that comes in when you guys come into union, and that's something that you should be celebrated. But there's not just union of you and this person. It's like your internal thing as well. It's almost like you come home to yourself. You're very sure of who you are, like I said, what you want, what you don't want. And you're free falling into life again. And that in itself just, it's almost like it shatters all the blockages that were around this connection. It sells you on a new timeline, because time is very significant. All right, let's move on to your advice, and then that's all she wrote. Okay, very beautiful. I really hope that this resonated with you guys and it makes sense. Okay, advice. Prosperity, success. I'm telling you, a gift of money is on its way. Your income is increasing. Manage your finances with love. When I tell you, everything that you touch with a loving heart and your loving essence, it's just prosper, a success, everything, even money, even everything that has to do with your like monetary, like 3D things. Just, it has to be from a place of love. Wow, that's beautiful. I feel like this image could be significant for some of you as well. It's almost like she's looking into this vast source of light, and her hair is like a spire. Interesting. All right. Strength. You are being guided by the cosmos. Stay strong. Positive outcomes is assured. Exactly. You're meant to stay positive and loving and just hope for the best. Belladonna, silence. Listen more and quiet be. This is especially when you need guidance. Listen to your heart. Strength. The fact that strength leads me back to Leo. Leo being represented by the sun, or ruled by the sun. It's also about love, like wearing your heart on your sleeve. That is your strength. The way that you love is your strength, without a doubt. Inner Earth, you'll survive this. New solutions and new beginnings. Wow. Yeah, that's you, right? That's you guys right there. And that's this connection as well. It's really beautiful. Thank you so much, Pawan, for letting me read for you. I really hope that this resonated and brought you a little bit of clarity. And I really hope that you have an amazing, I don't even know what I want to say. I wanted to say that I hope you have an amazing day. Obviously have an amazing day, but there's something about, it's almost like I'm not done with your reading or something. What is going on? You guys are crazy. Okay. Oh, I'm being guided to tell you, if you haven't looked at the songs that are channeled for this, please go look, because there could be something significant for you there. What is it? Why do I feel like I'm not done with your reading? This is so interesting. This is really interesting. Part one, thank you. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I want to thank your spirit guys. I want to thank your person for letting me tap into their energy as well. And I really hope, again, that this resonated with you guys. It brought you clarity, and I hope to see the readings in the future. I really think that's what it is, that I'm meant to be doing more readings like this or something. That's why I feel like I'm not done, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Thank you so much again, and I hope you have a good one. Hello, pile 2. If you guys picked the amethyst with the cat tarot and this hermit card, this is going to be your reading. All right. So I'm going to be pulling 2 major arcana for your person, 2 for yourself. I'm going to leave the middle for spirit. And we're going to just check into your energy here so that you can make sure that this is the reading for you, that you're in the right pile. All right. I see your person. Oh, 2 cards came out. Okay, Temperance and the Chariot. I'm sorry, I love this deck. I keep looking at them because the cats are so cute. Temperance. Very healing energy this person has. Sagittarius could be very significant for you guys. And then the Chariot, it's obviously Cancer. That's so cute. You or your person could have cats. I'm sorry, you have to, because if you pick this deck, or you could be, you could love all animals, but there's something about a cat being significant. There's something about your cat or their cat liking a specific chair or something. I mean, that's right on the nose, but that's what I'm getting. Because I know my cat has a very close, like, she's almost like, this is my chair kind of thing in the living room. So that could be very significant for both of you or one of you. There's also like forward movement with this person. The fact that the chariot, the chair is looking this way. There could be something about this person coming forth with kind of like a healing message. Something about wanting to bring some kind of balance into this. Interesting. All right. Death for you. Okay. So this is Scorpio energy. New dawn though. And look at you, the Hermit. This is almost like you jump out of here and you get into this, and you're almost like, you know what it is? This person could probably be on their way to you to kind of tell you something. Maybe that has to do, oh, look at that, the Emperor in the middle again. The fact that this came out in Pile 1 as well. Pile 1 had the Emperor in the middle. This is really interesting. I like that. Those synchronicities are really good. Action, like I said, there's something about action here. You could have shied away a little bit from this connection. You could be someone that is really focused on their own spiritual growth, on their own path. Kind of like not really wanting to pursue anything serious with anybody, because you really are working through your shadows, it seems. Working through your triggers. You're trying to be a better person for yourself, for the betterment of your own life, right? But this person almost wants to like not interrupt, but they want to be a part of it, or there's something about them having a very healing energy that could be very helpful to you. Look at that, the lovers on the bottom of that. This Emperor card is so funny. Yeah, the thing is, you both could actually be in some kind of recovery. It makes sense. You both could be in, I'm sorry I'm laughing. It's just, this is so cute. I love this deck. It's so giddy and like lighthearted. I'm not laughing at you or anything like that. It's just like the energy is like that, right? It's very lighthearted. It's very cute. You guys could have like a very nice sense of humor, or like both of you are kind of funny people, even though when you're in your darkest moment, you're still funny. This person could make you laugh a lot. They could be very silly. You could be very serious. That makes sense. Scorpio is very serious. Virgos are kind of serious until you get to know them, right? Until they're comfortable. So are Scorpios, right? So that's interesting. So that could be you, and then your person's just like a goofball. You know, they like to make you feel welcome. They like to make you feel at home. They're very healing. They're very nice. They're very kind of outgoing as well. You guys complement each other very well, I have to say. So yeah, you both could be in some kind of recovery phase, but it's about to end. There's about to be like an ending, because you guys are meant to like, there's action to be taken here between you two. There's something, or this person for sure is coming forth. All right, let's look a little more into your energy here. Alpha Centurion, foresight, planning, and strategy. You know, it's very interesting that this is the card that I'm getting, which is an alien race. This is the Mystic Martian deck. This is so interesting, you guys. I specifically picked out of this deck, I only picked the cards that had to do with elements, and with like the esoteric part of this deck, because that's what I wanted to bring out. However, and one of the alien races made it through, and the one that made it through is a very significant one, because in the book it speaks about how this alien race doesn't really communicate with humans unless they really, I feel sure, like they're going to be in the same frequency as them. Like they don't just communicate with anybody. I'll read it because it has to be significant. But the fact that this is the card that came out for you guys, that is crazy. Because I myself went one by one and only separated the cards. You see, yeah, you have pentagram, harmony, protection, and idealism. Ooh, you could be very, very psychic. Very, very psychic. That could scare you a bit as well. And that could scare your person as well. But they are just like you. You vibe in the same. There's something about your vibrations being very unique and very much the same. I'll put it here so in case you want to pause and read it. Let me just show you everything. But there's a part here that says, so Alpha Centaurians reside at the Centaurus constellation located between Lupus and Bella constellation. It is said that the Alpha Centaurians will only make contact with humans during specific cosmic timing, and only with humans that have developed enough consciousness awareness to not agitate the higher violet frequency bandwidth that they are accustomed to. So this person and you vibrate at such a unique frequency. It's almost like that's why you're tethered to each other. That is beautiful and interesting. Wow. There's something about things woven into reality here for you both. Very unique path for both of you. Sources suggest that Alpha Centaurians are intolerant of disrespect and overly idealized fantasies that are not in keeping with natural law. They stand 5'5" to 8 feet in height, with a humanoid appearance and some aquatic type features and organs. They have weaved fingers and toes, the webs. That is so interesting. Their flesh is usually pale bluish with a soft, smooth, and scale-like quality. Many have long hair. Their eyes are large in proportion, bolding and roundish. They usually have athletic build. Visitors typically wear simple, flowy clothing. They're very straightforward and direct communication when negotiating, yet always respectful. Alpha Centaurians are vegetarians or vegans. That could be significant for either of you as well. They also cannot bear Earth intense sunlight. Some Alpha Centaurians occupy small, deep ocean regions in the Earth and are often associated with the Agarath USO phenomena. They are highly advanced and are strong allies with the Sirians, Pleiadians, and Venusians. Strategy, negotiation, speculation, tactics, foresight, hindsight, designing, planning, scheduling, time management, focus, and direct. That is, if that sounds like your person, that is your person. Also, I'm going to read you the negative ones. Flaky, vague, scatterbrained, agitated, drifty, aimless, player, womanizer, minimizer. Okay, well, giving me, even though it's like aquatic, giving me very much air energy. I'm especially seeing like an Aquarius male, but you know, to each their own, you know, it doesn't have to fit. All right, but then again, you know, everything's mirrored here, so that could be for you as well. Harmony, protection, idealism. You guys could have a pentacle somewhere in your, in like your, what is it, like in your altar or your space. So this person comes from a really very logical place, and you come from a very spiritual place, and that's why you complement each other. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Look at that. Both of you with water energy, but you guys are both. Even though this person might deny their psychicness and their intuitiveness and their spirituality, I don't think they deny it. That they kind of come at it with a logical mind. They it doesn't matter because they are, I don't know, they're just like you. Okay, so oyster is very significant. I like this card because it's almost like the treasure within. The treasure within, I think, is within this person's mind, way of seeing the world. The way that they take action towards the things that they feel very called to is very significant for your person. You, on the other hand, you're very drawn to their light as well. That's really nice. That's Pisces energy coming up here for this. You're also very grounded. You have a really cool balance about you because you are into the esoteric, the magical, but you're also, it's just like your person. You can also be very logical, very diplomatic, very much, you know, of the earth, if you will, right? Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. If that sounds like you and your person, this is definitely your reading, you guys, and we're going to get into it. We're going to be looking into what is the purpose of this connection. I'm going to start with some cards that I already have pre-picked and then use some tarot, okay? It's all right. Let's see. Loneliness. I know I am never alone. Excuse me. There's something about your, you having to realize that the experiences that you're having, you're not alone in it because probably a lot of people around the world are going through the same things. And that could be when it comes to like this connection, you're part of a collective, part of a wave, right? Interesting that I say part of a wave because the other day there was a very significant quote. Enlightenment is a wave realizing they're the ocean, right? That could be you. That's how you get away. That's how you, this connection has helped you kind of, has unlocked probably a lot of loneliness within you, but it has made you realize that you're not alone, because in spirit, you're connected to a higher thing, like a more, I'm seeing like one consciousness. Like there's something about you having a lot of peace of mind because you've learned the lesson that you're not alone. And acceptance, oof, another big lesson. Acceptance comes along with surrender, comes along with gratitude. I am learning to accept the things that cannot change. Exactly. I think the loneliness comes from this separation, especially because you two feel like you complement each other so well. So you could be missing this person dearly, very, very dearly. And that could make you feel alone because you feel like no one else understands you. No one else vibrates at the same frequency that you do. However, you're learning to accept that this is just like a step in the right direction, is what is meant to be happening right now. Spirit also wants to tell you you're not alone. You're very, very taken care of. Conclusions are within reach. A full moon eclipse. Eclipse season could be very significant for you. Eclipses last year was very unique with eclipses. So maybe last year there was a lot of change for you. There was a lot of like, it was a year of growth. And then this year feels like for you, it's the year of implementing that growth, implementing those lessons that you've learned. Truth be told, wisdom, unmasking, opening up to new beginnings, new possibilities as well for you. The fact that this connection brings all of that, that is beautiful. A leg up. This is spirit. This is spirit definitely telling you, you are really not alone in this. We are here every step of the way. That's really beautiful. All right. I'm asking, I want to know how it is that loneliness, it's like, why is loneliness one of your lessons here? The purpose, one of the purposes for this connection. The moon. I think loneliness, alone time, the hermit, that makes sense, brings you to the depth of who you are. It brings a lot of emotional maturity out of you as well. A lot of balance in the emotional body, a lot of knowing the subconscious, the unconscious, the shadowness of you. It kind of drives you into this. I mean, it's harsh. It could be a very painful lesson, but I'm sure at the end of it all, you're grateful for it as well. A lot of endings for you, a lot of conflicts, a lot of what's not aligned, just kind of just, it fall out of your life in a very destructive way. I'm doing this. I'm sorry, I was like off frame, but it could come in quick as well. But it's meant to. It all kind of just plays out how it should. And maybe in the moment you don't see it that way, because it could be very taxing on you, on your emotions. It could be very taxing on your mind as well. But when you look back, you're like, that makes sense. It made sense that it ended. Maybe it ended in a very volatile way, but it was meant to end. Whatever that is, whatever kind of things are attached to that loneliness lesson. Wow, 2 of Cups and the 2 of Swords. This is for the acceptance. So 22 could be very significant. 22 is a master teacher number. Just like Power 1. And I think that's going to be everybody. that I do a reading for today in this, a lot of your lessons come through in a loving way, from a loving connection as well. Love could almost blind you sometimes. The way that you love others sometimes could be the reason why you end up hurt. But at the same time, it's one of, you accept the fact that there's lessons to be learned through love. And that it's almost like the blindfoldedness, the not seeing things for what they are, is an illusion. And how you get out of the illusion is by learning that lesson of acceptance, the things that you cannot change. You cannot change the fact that you and so fell apart. And in doing that, it's almost like you take the good from it. You admire the fact that there was love there. Maybe there's no more love anymore, and that's okay, but it existed. And it's a beautiful thing that happened. That's you in retrospect, okay? That's you kind of like, this is literally soul growth, okay? This is wisdom. You quite literally gaining wisdom, seeing things differently. Because you've done the work, or you're doing the work. This is what this connection entices on you. Like, it makes you want to grow emotionally. And it's here to teach you emotional growth as well. Yeah, look at that, 10 of Swords. But it comes from a very painful place. It's very hurtful. I mean, loneliness it's hard to be lonely. It's hard to feel lonely, even though you might be surrounded by people. You still could feel lonely. That's huge. And the divine is saying it here. They're confirming it for you. It's understandable that it's been a very painful road for you up to now. You're at the end of it, though. The leg up, it's significant. All right. What's the leg up about? Knight of Wands. There's new energy, new passion coming in here. Movement, which you've been waiting for. Because I feel like you're going through like a little bit of cycles. Like, you experience a lot of pain, you work through it, you see the good in it, you practice that acceptance, you reassure yourself that you're not alone because Spirit is with you. Like, you reach the lesson, you've gained those lessons, you've gained that wisdom, and then now it's time for goodness. Now it's time for quite literally conclusions, endings, but beginnings. There's something about this connection being very transformative, and it makes sense. Fast moving energy, 2 knights here. Very fast moving. The Knight of Swords is the fastest moving energy in the tarot, in the knights. I mean, but you also had the Chariot. Your person had the Chariot. Again, there's something about movement. The Star. Aquarius season could be very significant for you guys. So is Pisces. So Aquarius, Pisces, run out one after the other. Also, placement-wise, I don't know, this is just coming up. You could have an Aquarius, Venus. That makes sense. You know what I'm hearing? Because Aquarius, Venuses, and a lot of Aquariuses also can kind of feel the same way, where like they meet someone, right? And it's like they almost feel like they can see their life with them. In your mind's eye, you're like, yeah, we could totally be together. And it comes from a loving place. Like, you just fall in love very easily. Or you have this very like open mind where like everybody is welcome. You have, you're just a lover of people and connections. I don't know why that's coming up, you guys, but it's coming up. That could be you as well. And that's why I'm picking up on like Aquarius, Venus. I don't know. That's weird. That's a weird side message for some of you. Ooh, another weird side message, quite literally, because they fell to the side. Um, this is your energy right now. This is really cool. Okay, so when my cards flip out like that, I like that. All right, so 8 of Wands. Fast incoming message. There's something here. And the Hangman and the 6 of Wands. Maybe your person has come to a realization about something. They're trying to see things your way as well. Or both of you do this for each other. And that's where their success lies. That's where the goodness comes in, where when you guys meet each other halfway as well. And it makes sense. It makes sense with that Centurion energy that we got before for your person. There's a lot of wisdom, though. I just have to keep saying that. A lot of wisdom that you carry. A lot of wisdom that probably you're meant to be sharing also with your person. Or you will be when you guys come into union. That's also why you're meant to be, you were meant to kind of go at this alone, like your spiritual journey. It's almost like you guys are going to compare notes. You guys are going to share with each other everything you kind of learned. You'll learn from them, they'll learn from you. But both of you are definitely on this journey to gain a lot of emotional maturity, a lot of emotional lessons that are the ones who guide you towards this wisdom as well. They're one and the same. It's like you grow up, you grow emotionally, you implement those lessons, and more wisdom, more of the magic just shows up in your life. More success shows up in your life. More healing shows up in your life. More love, more completions, endings, beginnings. And it's fast. You move through these lessons very fast. All right. 5 of Pentacles. That abandonment wound that this person triggers in you, it was a very significant lesson for you too. Another side message, Queen of Swords. Don't close up your heart, okay? Don't close up this cup here just because of the things that you've been through. That's also one of your lessons here. Part of being, there's that Aquarius. This could be Aquarius because this is air energy. That's so interesting. That Aquarius energy that I was picking up on, it's interesting now because it's almost like you've always been someone, again, that you could fall in love very quickly with people, especially when they're weird just like you, like unique just like you. You just gravitate towards those people easily. But you're also meant to like make sure that you don't close up your heart to those unique experiences and connections just because they might end up in pain. Again, there's something about you just experiencing love in life, and it's okay. It's okay to be hurt by love, because love is just part of your journey as well. Very beautiful, very beautiful. All right, let's move on to your advice. Let's move on to your advice here. Ooh, Strength. I love this card because the unicorn's eye is purple. It's so cool. All right, so it says, these challenges will make you stronger. You will get through to the other side. Look for the gift in this situation. That's you. That's quite literally your path. You look for the gift in every situation that you kind of encounter, especially painful ones. I'm guided to show you the imagery here. All right. Inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. Oof, that is significant. Again, don't fear loving, and don't fear almost like just being yourself. Like there's nothing to be afraid of. You come from a place of love and caring about others and just liking the uniqueness that other people bring to the table. People will appreciate that about you as well. Optimism. Look up and look brightly. Yeah, there's something you guys might be going through very harsh times right now, or you just came out of very harsh times, and you're being reassured here that you're strong enough. You're an alchemist. You're very, very powerful, and your optimism and the way that you love and the love that you have for your life and the things that you want to do and pursue are magical, and they prepare you forward to success. Wow. Cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Alchemy twice. You move through your fears with a lot of strength. That's part of your magic, of your alchemy, okay? This connection also, probably this person and you share a lot of hurt and with each other. Maybe unintentionally, maybe it's just what's meant to happen. For again, literally you cracked open. It's almost like your magic came out from these experiences that were probably hurtful for you. Whatever tough cycle you've ended, you're about to end, you will see it in retrospect, right? When you look back, you will see it as a moment in time where it's almost like your magic came to be. That is very, very powerful about too. We started very giggity and like kind of funny, and then we've turned the page into a very serious message here from the divine, saying you are not alone. You are strong enough. You are powerful enough. You're an alchemist, and you do so because you move through things with a lot of love, and you see things through because of it. Wow. All right. That's lovely. Thank you so much, Pautu, for letting me read for you. This was a beautiful reading for a beautiful soul. I want to thank your spirit guides. I want to thank your person as well for letting me tap into their energy here today. I wish you amazingness, nothing but the best, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day as well. See you in other readings in the future. Hello, part 3. If you guys picked the skull, this is going to be your reading. So I'm going to first check into your person's energy and your energy, kind of to make sure that you're in the right reading. And then we're going to move on to purposes. All right, so I'm hearing, I was gonna say it, but then I saw myself like, let's get into it. Like, is that a song? Why am I like, yeah, like, isn't that like a Doja Cat song? I don't know why music's significant. Oh, in the timestamps, before the timestamps, I put some songs that I channeled for this reading as well. Those might be significant for you. Maybe that's why music came up. All right, so I'm going to be looking into your person on this side, you on this side, and then I'm going to leave one card for spirit in the middle. So your person, ooh, the Fool. I like that. And Judgment. what a very opposite kind of energy, but at the same time, makes sense. Okay, your person is very happy-go-lucky. They're very open-minded. They're very much like they go with the flow, but at the same time, they could struggle a little bit with it, like an inner critic kind of thing. Maybe they second guess some of their choices in the past. However, they're still very open to just going for things. I'm getting like Aries energy, the Lovers for your side, and the Empress on your side as well. Look at the bottom of the deck, the Sun. Beautiful. Beautiful. A lot of suns, right? The sun, the sun, the sun. Okay. Your person is very tapped into their higher self as well, I have to say. This is probably why they take risk and they're just like, I go where the wind takes me, because they're very connected. They're like, I can do no wrong, in the sense of everything is just going to guide me into the journey that I'm supposed to be doing anyways. So that's why they could actually be kind of stepping away at this moment in time, stepping away a little bit from this kind of energy of like overthinking, over judgmental of themselves. Like they really could be quite literally, like you see here, walking away from that, taking new, going on adventures. And you over here, Pile 3, you're very loving, very caring, very quite literally divine feminine energy here, very balanced in your divine feminine and masculine energy. You just outpour love naturally. You're a very caring person. So signs that I'm seeing, Leo comes up with this, but I mean all fire signs in a way. Definitely Gemini, and this is Taurus energy. Judgment, I get a lot of air energy from this because of the analytical part of it, like overthinking, the mind kind of being the one that judges, right? The Fool, I just got Aries right away. So I don't know if that's even, the Fool doesn't have a specific sign associated with it, but I'm sure there is somewhere, somehow, an indication of a sign, but I'm just getting Aries energy from that. All right, Water, reflection, kindness, and compassion. So this is where your person complements your energy as well. Because I feel like that's you, but that's them as well. Ooh, oh my goodness, divine feminine right there. And this is the Empress, the divine feminine energy. Birthing, fertility, divine feminine. Wow. Double confirmation. Very significant. My goodness. There's something about you bring things together. Obviously, you bring things to life. That makes sense. There's a lot of happiness between you two here. A lot of happiness. Okay. A lot of happiness about to come in for you. A new dawn, a sunrise, sunset. I don't know, but it's just light, enlightenment. The fact that the rune that I got for today is the sun as well, so that's significant. Very interesting. All right. Earthworm. Okay, that's cute. Ooh, look at you and the panther. Nice. The panther is interesting. This is an energy about whatever you've been ignoring, the things that you need to kind of tackle. The panther helps you with that. It's fire energy, helps you with movement. And it's interesting that your person's being complemented by the earthworm, very grounded energy. I want to read about the earthworm. For some reason, I don't remember what it says about it. The panther, I know it's about that action. It's about that, like, it brings up whatever it is that you really do need to pay attention with. Shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner wisdom. That's the worm. When in balance, earnest, intelligent, and valuable. When out of balance, self-conscious and apprehensive. To bring into balance, speak up, risk embarrassment. That's your person. I said it, didn't I? They're stepping away from the judgmental inner critic of themselves. And maybe that stems from childhood and someone doing that to them, but they really are stepping away from that, and they're just going for things. That's probably why they're coming into a lot of happiness. And you're over here very balanced as well, very much in your Empress energy. And it's almost like this person is embarking on a journey to meet you. Wow. That is really freaking cool. So water, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer as well. Earth, all the earth signs. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have fire again. Everybody's here. Everybody's here in the party. All right. If that resonated, if that kind of sounds like your person, sounds like you, because it could be very mirrored energy as well. This is definitely your reading. Let's get into the purpose of this connection for you guys. I'm going to start with some of my pre-shuffled, pre-picked oracles, and then I'm going to use tarot as well. Okay? So, ooh, interesting. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Okay? And discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Thing is, I feel like you guys have truly accepted and have integrated these lessons already. You feel very accomplished, Pal 3. Very, very accomplished. Both of you could be very accomplished as well in the spiritual path that you've taken. And it's almost like you probably have ended a big, big journey and you're about to start a new one. A new one with these soul lessons really being implemented. You're very conscious of the steps that you're taking forward. However, you're also letting things just happen in your life. You have a lot of discipline, and that stems from you showing up for yourself again and again and again. You set certain goals, you've accomplished them, and that instills this discipline in you. And it also gives you a lot of a boost of what's the word? Oh my God, I completely went blank just now. A boost of you believe in yourself. You believe that you can accomplish anything because you've done that. You've actually have done it. You should up for yourself a lot in this healing journey of yours. You're taking accountability for your actions. You've taken accountability for the things that you've wanted to pursue, the steps that needed to pursue those things. A supermoon. Emotions are running high. I feel like that's that energy that's between you two. There's something about you guys. You guys could be very close to union. I was feeling a little bit of that for Pal 2 as well, but for you it feels very, very significant. We'll see what the tarot says, but yeah, look at that. New life. My fucking goodness. Yes. You guys are very close to something very brand new. But together, there's something about you guys coming together. This person could be really, I'm seeing the full trust falling into life. Your person, and that could be your energy too, but they're doing it, you already done it, and now you're just in your Empress energy, willing to receive things, right? But your person could be the one about to jump into this. It's a new life for both of you. Fork in the road. There's choices to be made. This is your person's energy here in your reading. Even though this is about you, obviously it could be about both of you because they're mirrored images, right? Mirrored images could be significant for some of you. If you're artist or something like that. But excuse me, choices and their consequences. Choosing where to go, what to pursue. That could be your person's energy at this moment. Very fucking cool. All right. all of these piles have been very unique messages, I feel like. Okay, let's look at the purpose for this connection. Okay. I felt like there was another card here for some reason. Justice and the King of Cups. Balance. Balance and working on that shadow self. Bringing up the things that you need to bring up. Working through them. Again, taking that accountability. That's very significant. King of Cups, a lot of emotional maturity as well. I feel like that's come up in every pile too. And it makes sense. Makes sense because we're talking about a connection that really does trigger those emotional wounds for you and this person. Look at that, more Empress energy, more divine feminine energy. Your person could be a water sign because they also had water in their element. I feel like your person is in your reading. This has not happened for this is why I mean, like, I feel like there's union here because in the other ones, this part of the reading was very focused on who I'm reading for, right? Yes, I brought up your person and whatever, but it wasn't the same. But for you guys, it's like both of you are here in this reading. This is, I feel like it's your person and I feel like that's you. They could be very much tapping into your energy, trying to get to you like on a spiritual level, but you're very grounded right now. You're very much pulling things in when it comes in the physical. Like there's something about you guys have worked on your spiritual growth together already, your spiritual connection. Now it's time for the 3D things, right? The union part of this at a physical level. Yeah, look at that. You guys are going to be okay. You guys are going to be okay. Look at that, more water energy. Maybe there's a little bit of something that needs to be uncovered here. A little bit of the conversations that are coming up when you guys come into union here. When these decisions are being made and they come forth, or you come forth, whoever that fits with. There's something that needs to be talked through. Again, maybe a lot of the emotional triggers, the things that have hurt both of you here, they need to be talked about. That's what I'm getting with the moon today here. Yeah. A lot of the things that were illusions, the fact that I said mirrored images, the things that were confusing to you, things that were holding you back, quite literally being the fork in the road where it was that confusion of what do I do, who do I pick, what do I pursue, that kind of thing, but had to do with emotions. You guys get work through it and you see a way out of it as well. You see it through is what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of balance that you bring as well. So it's like both of you bring balance to each other. Look at that. Whatever sneakiness happened here, whatever not the greatest behavior, greatest approach to this connection that happened here, there's an end to that. And there's not just an end. There's a point where it ends in the sense of like it gets put in the past. We move past it is what I'm hearing. We will move past it. We have moved past it because there's that accountability again. There's no more blaming each other. There's no more pointing fingers. There's just balance and accepting your own role in this connection. And then moving right along because there's no reason to dwell in the past anymore. Yeah, moving towards this. Moving forward with love. An offer of love could be coming in as well. I feel like your message is so direct. It's so easy for me to... Look who's here. So we have the Empress and now we have the Emperor over here. This is your person. Yeah, it just feels like it. It just feels like it. It's so interesting that this person's here in your reading. That could be how close to this you both are. How close to, like, there's a final decision, a final something that boom just puts you in each other's path again. A new life for both of you. That's so significant. That is so significant. It's almost like the next move is this person's, though. Like, you're here waiting. The next move is theirs. Yeah, that makes so much sense. You have a lot of perception about this. You have had a lot of downloads about this. A lot of sign synchronicities. A lot. Spirit is all around you. And it's all around this person too, guiding them towards you. That's so cool. There you are, yeah. You're waiting. You know what you want already. You've made your choices. And now it's just time for your chips to come in, to the things, for the things that you deserve to pull up, and you for to celebrate the fact that you have them. The star, wish upon a star, wish coming true. Your work has paid off, pile 3. Yeah, and you're meant to be co-creating now. This makes me think of the strings, the threads of fate. It's almost like you, this person, and the divine are working together now to bring this in for both of you. Yeah, look at that. Temperance, healing again, balance and healing. With the Hermit as well. Makes sense. I showed you the Hermit for... I showed the Hermit, right, for all the decks. Because that's the card that I was guided to do. The reason why that's significant for me right now is because I used this deck to pull out a card to see what card I should have shown you from the other decks. The card that came out was the Hermit. And here it is again in your reading. The work that you put into yourself, into your growth, and this person has as well for themselves, it's going to pay off. Here it is. It's not just paying off in the union sense. It's paying off in the prosperity that you guys are going to experience together. And it doesn't have to just be monetary abundance in that way. It's prosperity in all aspects. Very balanced, very beautiful energy between you two. You're just meant to share a very happy new life, a very happy new beginning with each other. And it's really beautiful. It's very healing, very, very much what you deserve, because you've been through a lot. You both have been through a lot. Yeah, you have been through a lot. A lot of death and rebirth, a lot of getting to know yourself, going back to the drawing board, implementing those lessons, and coming out of the other end by taking accountability for your actions, because now you have the knowing, the deep knowing of yourself. And death and rebirth again and again and again and again for both of you. Very, I feel like you guys are, of all the piles, even though we touch a lot on spirituality, you guys tend to be, you guys usually are, pile 3 usually is the more significant one when it comes to that growth. The fact that we have, that you picked the skull and it's death and rebirth here for you, that's significant too. All right. That is beautiful. Let's get into your advice, pile 3. Discernment. Another kind of like the lesson you've learned by tapping into your spirituality due to this connection. All is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing. Keep your dreams a secret. You could probably have prophetic dreams. You've had prophetic dreams about this person, and this person's had them about you as well. I don't think you've shared them with anybody. I don't think you're meant to either. I think you're meant to share it with each other, kind of as extra confirmation. Use your discernment in all aspects of your life, especially when it comes to this connection. Who you share about this connection with, that's significant. Look at that. Look at the image in this card. That's you. That's both of you. I'm telling you, union is very close for this collective. And please don't try to make that fit. If any of that was not resonating with you, I know that when we hear union, we I don't want to give false hope to anybody. So you just got to make sure that the reading resonated with you, okay? Reflection, mirrored images of each other. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of one who mirrors your higher self. Holy shit, that is significant. Very powerful connection between you two here. Marigold, renewal, time to begin again, stronger and better, new life. Oh my goodness, your life is a canvas. Art is manifestation, creative accountability. Wow. Anything that you set your mind to here, anything that you put your energy into, you can manipulate, you can change, you can create. You could probably be very creative. You could be an artist. Both of you could be as well. Or maybe you're meant to create together. There's something, I even said it when I said mirror images. Maybe you draw mirrored images. I know I do that. So I'm just seeing what I do in my head. So maybe you do that too. Like you like to draw mirror images. Interesting. And like patterns could be very significant for you. Channeling could be significant. Maybe you channel through your art as well. And that's you manifesting new beginnings here for yourself. It's almost like your creativity is what manifests these beautiful new beginnings in your life as well. When you come into union with this person though, there's that renewal, stronger, better, more beautiful energy that you both are going to share. Like your lives probably look very beautiful right now. They're meant to look even better when you come into union with each other. Careful with those triggers because you are going to mirror each other a lot. Meaning what bothers you could probably bother them, or there's a lot of that you have to work through, but you're good. You got this. You've done it with yourself and your shadow and your higher self. You've kind of come into harmony with that. So why wouldn't you come into harmony with this person as well? That's quite beautiful. Thank you so much, Pal 3. I really hope that this resonated. I hope it helped you. Thank you to your person, to your spirit guides, and I hope to see you in other readings. I hope you have an amazing day.